Hello everyone, it's Retro Action. Welcome to a Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron review. This is the Razor Crest, released by Jazwares in 2022, and I've been looking forward to this one. Yeah, this is the Razor Crest. So I've got the box here. This is one of the bigger boxes, and I did get it from Plant London. As you can see there, got Launch Edition Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. This really nice silver, this really nice chrome stripe around there. Really nice. It's like reflecting in the light. That's really cool. We've got Razor Crest Series 1 0020. Got a picture of the Razor Crest there, the Jazwares logo, the price. In the background there, we've got a really cool battle scene, which we'll come to in a moment. We've got Micro Galaxy Squad. Well, that happened. Right, yeah. Okay, that's a great setup. Right, anyway, continuing on. Oh dear, some behind the scenes action going on. I just had to stack up a few things just to get this box in view. Anyway, right, so Razor Crest, we've got Micro Galaxy Squadron, really cool. Got this really cool picture. We've got the box art there of the Razor Crest with some X-Wings flying by, Star Wars, Disney. On the other side, we've got the action features, Micro Galaxy Squadron. The Micro Galaxy Squadron logo. You've got this panel that comes up, this rear ramp that folds down. You've got the Razor Crest, it's like coming off a hollow projector. Razor Crest Starship class. It's a Starship class, got Light Armor class, Starfighter class, and the other Starship class vehicle, which is Slave 1. I have seen most of these now. Interestingly enough, the Imperial Troop Transport is missing. Razor Crest collectible blueprint, very cool. But notice the number is 0018, where on the box just now it said 0020, so that's very interesting. And of course you've got more features there, like the opening cockpit and removable panel. Right, so yep, that is the box. It's a really nice box. Being it's a Starship class box, it's one of the bigger ones, and it's one of the only box ones as well. I should mention that. Some of them don't come in boxes; they come on cards, which is different from Action Crate, which is another thing I want to point out. But the cool thing about the box is it's designed in a way that I didn't put the insert in there. Oh well, never mind. I was going to mention quickly that the insert has like a place where the figure has the names of the figures, and it's one of these boxes where you can take everything back out, and put it back in. So that's really cool for display purposes. As you can see there, you've got like a separate set the figures come on, which is like its own experience, which is really cool. And again, you can reseal that by putting the figures back in and put them back in their box. So if you want to move it, move house or something, or take it somewhere, you can. So that's really cool, or just store it away. It's probably too cool for that, but if you didn't have the space, that's a really nice option. I like the idea of having the figures in a separate place and have them more visible through the box. And that, but it's actually like a separate insert, so that's really cool. And it's like this little plastic box thing that opens up, and it's like a tray that you can put fingers on and put them back in. So that's actually really cool. Yep, that's a really cool touch, Jazwares. Let me just show you. I mean, you've got like this little separate thing that comes out, and you can put the figures back in, and it's got its own slot in the insert. And then you can put the figures back in there, put the vehicle back in, and then you can display it in the box. So that's quite cool. You can display the box that way. So you don't have to destroy it. So that's really nice to get the figures out, because it's designed for you to take them out and put them back in, I suppose. There's no tape or anything to remove, so that's quite cool. Really good design there. Anyway, another cool thing is that we have this diorama. The action scene we saw at the back of the box can actually come out, and it's got this really cool diorama here with the Star Destroyers, X-Wings and TIE Fighters. And the idea is, you've got the Micro Galaxy Squadron logo, you take your Razor Crest, and boom, there you have it. You've got a pretty cool photo, which is exactly what I did when I first opened it. Took a photo of it. And talking of Razor Crest, here are the figures. We have the Mandalorian himself. Din Djarin. Yep. There he is. He's really cool. Fantastic detail in there. I think my hand's blocking a bit. Unlike the other figures in this line, the ones that come in like the more expensive ones, the more expensive vehicles seem to have a lot more paint applications, because the paint applications is a bit hit and miss in this line, but this guy is definitely not one of those figures that is lacking. The only thing is lacking though is at the visor, but apart from that he looks phenomenal. Really cool, and he's got a hole as well because he does come with a removable jetpack, which we'll get to in a moment. So that's him. He also comes with Grief Cargo. These are all exclusive figures as well, and again, really nice detail on him, really cool. And he also comes with, Grogu in his like pram, and you got the, is that what it's called? And you got the stand there, which is quite nice, and it can be removed. And there's actually slots to put him in the cockpit, so that's quite cool. So yep, there's the figures, really cool figures. There is another version of this, the Vader 7 version, which comes with a Jawar and grill. I have spoken. So yep, there is two versions of this, and it comes with a more battle damaged version. But this is the regular version. So there are actually two versions of this, and well, the Mandalorian figure, I believe, in that version isn't as good as the one in this. Well, it's not the same one anyway. It's more similar to the one in the blind boxes. The mystery figure vehicle pack, whatever it's called. Which I do have one of those, but I'm not going to do that because I did a video of me unboxing it. So I had the clench of the ACRT is one I've got. Anyway, and that is a perfect example of the figures not having enough detail, where this guy is definitely the contrary. Because this guy is definitely the opposite, because he has lots of detail, lots of paint applications. Whereas that clone trooper I got just has a visor. But that's cool because it works for my Action Fleet Republic gunship, which is they're releasing a new one this time anyway. Anyway, so that is the Razor Crest with the diorama. That's really cool. A really nice feature. They didn't have to put that in there. The Action Fleet vehicles did not have that. So that's a really nice thing they've added there. Really good addition. It's really cool. That happened. Every single one has that. Whether they actually combine to form a bigger battle scene, I've heard that somewhere, but I don't know if it's true or not. But I'm not sure if all the pieces of artwork are meant to be combined into like one huge diorama display piece. I have them all set up next to each other, but they look really cool together. So I've only got the one so far, but a really nice feature, and it makes for a really cool backdrop if you want to take a picture of the vehicle. So that's really cool. So really good stuff, Jazwares, so far. Now here's the vehicle itself. So this is the Razor Crest, and starting off, first thing I want to say is this just looks phenomenal. To me, this looks like it's straight out of The Mandalorian. There are a few things that are incorrect, probably. Of course, it is a toy after all. Action Fleet wasn't entirely 100% correct either, but this could easily pass as like the production model that they used in the series, like in Star Wars, where they have the miniature X-Wing and TIE Fighters for the Death Star trench run and stuff for this when they make the models. If they made a model this size for shooting the series, this could have easily been one of this could have easily passed as it, though maybe they use CGI for that, I'm not sure. Probably not, but there we have it. Yeah, this could easily be like a film production model of it, because that's how detailed this is. Just like Action Fleet, and this is a really cool vehicle, and this definitely looks like it's on the level of Action Fleet for sure. So here it is. It is definitely one of the bigger ones as well, being it's a Starship class, but the detail is phenomenal. The paint applications are really good. We've got the yellow stripes on the sides, got this like silvery metallic paint, which is really cool. The only downside being that the weathering is a bit hit or miss. And you can see there's loads of weathering there, not much around there, and then there's loads over there. So that is a common problem with this whole line, across the whole line. But apart from that, really good. The guns also don't move, and one of them was actually broken off. The first one I picked up from Forbidden Planet, before I put it back to get this one, this bit was snapped off, the bit I'm holding. It snapped off like here. And it was rattling around in the box. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I don't remember dropping it, so I just took it off the shelf. There were about 4 of these, and in my toy hunt, I don't know if it was after I filmed it or what, but I took them off and saw which one was the best one. The one I picked up at first, because I was trying to see which one had the better paint applications, like the weathering and stuff, and the one I picked up at first had a broken off gun. This whole part was like broken off on this side. I'm not quite sure how that happened. And it was rattling around in the box, the actual piece. because I could hear something rattling around, and I realised the gun was rattling around in the back of the insert. So, not sure how that happened. Ever since I saw that, when I picked this one up, I was a bit wary of opening it in case the gun broke, because I'm not quite sure if these guns are all that stable. They don't turn, which is a shame. I think they should have done that, because Action Fleet had guns that turned. These look like they could turn, but I don't think they do. They look like they're fixed, actually. But yeah, I'm not sure how brittle these are, so don't mess around with these too much. And definitely don't try and move them. But where this thing really excels is its action features. So the first thing we've got to do is, of course, well, actually down there we have 2022 Jazwares. And I definitely think this is the best Razor Crest toy so far, other than the Vintage Collection one, but I'm not getting any Vintage Collection vehicles yet. Definitely don't think I'll be getting the Razor Crest. I was going to go for the Mission Fleet one, but because that was the only other Razor Crest at the time. But this is definitely the best one out of the other two. Not the Vintage Collection one, but the smaller ones, this Action Fleet size one, and the Mission Fleet one, the Mission Fleet line worked with Action Fleet, and yeah, I was thinking of getting that one, but I'm really glad I didn't now, because this is 10 times better, 100 times better, however many times better. This is just phenomenal, and this is definitely more of an Action Fleet style line than Mission Fleet ever was, or still is. Either way, the first action feature is you've got the landing gear. Now I did have a problem with this right out of the box, that being they're a nightmare to pull up. I have to pull them up from there. This side though comes out quite easily, but when I put this one away, as you can see, it is not coming up. So what I do is I get in there and push it up, and sometimes I don't like having to put them back in because there's a nightmare to get out. This one's fine. So that's one downside, and the landing gear I believe are inaccurate. They're not accurate to the show, I don't believe. But it looks pretty cool like that. So as you can see, the landing gear out, that looks good. But it doesn't stop there, because we have this front ramp that folds down, and you've got all this detail in there. You've got like a weapons rack, that's really cool. You've got this panel that pops off as well, that comes out, and you can see some really good detail in there. There's also an engine cover which comes up. Oh, not that way. Which way was it? It's this way. There's a bit moulded in, and that comes up, and it reveals the engine detail. So that's really cool, and you could make it look like the Jazwares has taken it apart, which again is ironic because the Vader 7 version of this comes with a Jazwares. And you've got the rear ramp that folds down, so that's really cool. But that isn't where it ends, because of course you've got the cockpit as well. We'll get to that in a moment. What's happened? Why is that not? Are these landing gear out all the way? No, they're not. You can see, there's that. But this isn't the last thing, because of course the cockpit opens up as well. But there's also a panel, there's a removable panel at the back. The back panel can come off to reveal the interior. But first of all, we're just going to get to the cockpit, because there's the cockpit there. And you see, just 3 seats, quite basic. It's a bit of a nightmare to put them in there, especially Grogu. The others aren't too bad, but as you see, just take Mandalorian, put them in there, like so. There he is. And now Grogu is the one that's a bit more troublesome, because as you can see, there's this hole there, and that is what Grogu attaches to. Sorry about this, I'm just trying to put Grief Cargo in there, and you've got to be careful, you've got to give it enough clearance. Don't want Grief Cargo's arm getting in the way of that port that Grogu attaches to. And as you can see, there's a port there, and it's meant to attach in there like that. Oh, I did it first time that time, how about that? So that's great. Last time I recorded this, yeah, this is actually my 3rd time recording this video. Yeah, that didn't go in very well. He's still kind of falling at the back there though, but there's everyone in the cockpit, pretty cool. We've got some like controls there. I don't believe he's actually looking at anything though, but there he is. And the door at the back isn't open, you can't open it, so it's like sealed off from the rest of the ship, which is kind of annoying. But in Action Fleet it was that way as well, so there we go. But it's not very realistic, of course. It would have been cool if they like, opened the door, but I didn't see the back there. There is no way that thing's going to open, but that would have been a cool feature, but maybe it's a bit too hard to get in there. But now, so that's the cockpit. Everyone looks pretty good in there, really cool. Close that up, and there's some really nice detail on that. Moving on, we have the weapons rack, which is really cool. There's lots of great detail on there. The rear ramp's got some nice detail on it as well. But when you open up when you take off this panel, you really get to see what's in there. There is in fact a carbonite block in here, and the carbonite chamber, as you see this bit swivels. It can come off, and you have an extra figure, which is really cool. So then you've got the bounty there, and let's just put them in. As you can see, you've got like these pegs here and these holes, and it clicks back in. Should be. Just got to line it up. Can be a bit finicky, but where is that line up? Oh, yeah, there it is. It's there. Right, hang on 1 second. Sorry about this. Just trying to get it back in. It's not going back in just yet. But there is a way to get it back in. There you go. It clicks back in like that. And you can have it that way or that way. You can have it facing 2 different ways. However, there's also this part in here, which is a carbonite block, carbonite chamber. And what you can do is you can put this in there, stash it in there. You can also like have it in here. Oh, there it is. It's gone in. So no, that's not right. It's gone a bit too far. Yep. Just take that out. It actually fits through it can actually fit through the ramp. So, you know, if he wants to deliver it to someone, he could do that. That's kind of cool. You can carry it. But yeah, there's this carbonite chamber here with the door that comes up in there, and that's really cool. I'm trying to do this, so I'll actually show you what I'm doing. And this bit comes up, and there's actually enough space in there to stash this away, which is really cool. If we get this door to open, then you actually put it in there. Okay, I'm not doing a very good job of this. Try and hold it. Let's tuck these landing gear away so I can actually get a good grip on it and try and remove everything. Sorry about this. But anyway, there is nothing on the other side, so you can't actually put a figure in there. But that tucks away nicely in that. Well, it would if. There we go. It goes in there like that. So that's really cool, and you can close it up, and it looks like there's nothing in there. So that's kind of cool. It's really cool. Well, you can just about make it out, but yeah, so you can hide it in there. That's quite nice. Again, the guns on the front here, it's really cool, like metallic silver paint going on there. But that's kind of cool that you can put the carbonite block away. Another thing is there's this piece here that's attached to the wall, and that is the removable jetpack. Now this thing is a bit of a nightmare, given it's so tiny, it's so easily lost. I suppose it's going to be really easy to lose, but this is really cool because I didn't see there's a post there, and there's a hole there, and you can actually attach it to the Mandalorian, of course. Fortunately, you can't actually sit down with it, so you have to take it off. But there he is. This is the Mandalorian with the jetpack attached, with his jetpack, and now he can fly off and take off, and this just looks really cool. In fact, its removal was really cool. Same thing they did for Boba Fett as well. And yep, so there he is. That's the Mandalorian with his jetpack, and this looks great. Really cool figure. Really cool gimmick there. But again, a bit of a pain to get back in, as you can see it attaches right there. And the box makes no mention of this, so this is something that you have to, that's like a surprise, I suppose. and it can be a bit of a nightmare to get it back in because it is so tiny and it's a bit finicky, but I have managed to do it. But it has taken me a while. But there we go, there it is, and that's where I normally keep it because you can't put them in the cockpit with the jetpack on, which I don't know if Mandalorians would be able to do that anyway. They'll probably take it off. I don't think they did. Anyway, so there he is without the jetpack, and the jetpack's in the back there, so that's pretty cool. It's also got a really cool view of it in there. You got like the whole ship, all the interior and everything. That's really cool. Look at that detail at the back there. That's really impressive. And we've also got all this detail up here, like these lights. I guess they look like lights, and all this paneling and the rack that the carnet block attaches to. You can see using this system. There's a hole, there's a peg there and a peg at the bottom there, and that's how it swivels. Got this piece down there. Really cool. And now if we reattach all the panels, they go back in quite nicely. As you can see, this just attaches in there like so. That attaches quite well. The engine piece, and you can see the really cool detail in there. The like the internal, you've got the engine workings. That clips on quite nicely, and you can't even tell it's removable unless you look under there. Unless you look right here where there's a seam line. And then what you do with this back piece is you take it, and you see there's the two clips. Line it up, close it, clips back into place, and now you have the Razor Crest ready to take off again. Overall, this is a really cool vehicle, fantastic stuff. Definitely my favourite Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicle thus far. The only one I managed to pick up, well, the only main one other than the mystery boxes. That's the vehicle, yeah. This is the only main vehicle I've picked up, so this is the only vehicle I've picked up so far. Outside the mystery box figures and vehicles. So I have the ATR2 Clone Trooper, and this is just phenomenal. I have some of the Action Fleet stuff. This easily is on the same level. This looks the part. This is a phenomenal vehicle. Definitely try and get this if you can find it. Either the Evader 7 version or the regular, this one. Really cool. Overall, it's been retroaction with the Micro Galaxy Squadron Razor Crest. Definitely looking forward to what's coming up next in this line, because Jazwares has definitely got it right with this line. It's a phenomenal line. Really impressed with it so far. Definitely looking forward to getting more. They should be available everywhere by now, seeing they came out first week of August. Check the Entertainer here, and they've got them here. So, and of course, Forbidden Planet and loads of them. Definitely would like to get the Slave one. Now I've found out that the wing mechanism can actually stay in place. So yeah, more Micro Galaxy Squadron definitely coming here soon. This is a great line. Definitely get these if you're interested, because this is like an Action Fleet revival right now. A fantastic line. Anyway, this is Retroaction with a fantastic vehicle. This has been the Micro Galaxy Squadron Razor Crest. This is phenomenal. 9 out of 10. I really like it. The only issue I have with it is the landing gear a bit hard to get out. And this back panel, unless you pull it from the back, is a bit of a pain. And the weathering is not as good as it probably should be, like Action Fleet and stuff, which is a complaint shared by many. But aside from that, Jazwares is doing a really good job with this line, and I look forward to seeing what's next. Anyway, it's Retroaction, and Series 2 actually coming out before this year's over, so this is really cool. It'll be great to see what's coming next. Anyway, this is Retroaction. Definitely pick up this. This is like the perfect Razor Crest for the Action Fleet scale. An Action Fleet scale, though it is technically bigger or smaller. The figures are. I'm not sure about the vehicle, but this just looks great with my Action Fleet stuff. So really nice. Really impressed with this one. Really pleased, and the engine detail in there is just phenomenal as well. Yep, this is Retroaction with the Micro Galaxy Squadron Razor Crest. Love this too. Really cool colour there. Definitely pick it up if you can find it. And this is Retroaction. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.